We may not have had a women's individual world record, but we had more depth on the women's side than ever before. And depth means racing, great racing, high octane racing, close racing, too close to cool racing, and we got plenty of that. Today, I'm going to take you through my top 5 swimmers of the meet and my top 5 performances of the meet on the women's side. If you want to see more content where I look back at the Olympic Games, review tech suits and all other stuff swimming, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit like if you enjoy this video today. Before I get into my list, I do just want to say, if like me, and I'm about to go for a swim, I'm doing this video and I'm going to go train. If you're feeling more motivated than ever to swim because of the awesome Olympic Games and you don't know what to do when you go swim, then check out my website because I have a range of programs on the biggest sale I've ever done. I have an off-season speed skill program for just £25, 75% off. I have a raw speed program, a 100 race pace program, and a taster for my personalized online masters program. On top of that, I have sales on my merch, including Arena 3D soft caps and Arena Aquaforce caps. Everything is on sale, cheaper than it's ever been before, so head over to my website. But let's get into, first of all, the top 5 swimmers of the meet. And coming up, I mean, like, this was close. I've actually got 6 swimmers on my list because it was too close to call. So at tied 5th, and like, you could argue that both of these could be way higher, but at tied 5th, no honourable mentions because we've got 6 on the list. At tied 5th, we have Torri Huske and Kaylee Ledecky. Now, Katie got 2 individual golds, but they're the 8 and the 1500. They're her events. They're her children, and she's obviously going to win them. Like, there was talk that maybe she wouldn't win the 800, but she was going to win them both. She won them both last time, and she's won them at every single major meet for as long as I can remember, except the one time she was a bit ill in the 1500, I think it was 2019. So Katie got 2 golds, and she got a bronze in the women's 400 freestyle. She had a great meet. She's done things that no one has ever done in history. 4 800 freestyles in a row at the Olympics. She now has 9 gold medals, and she probably got a medal in the relay as well, 4x2. I think she got silver in that. So I think she walks away from the Olympics with 2 golds, a silver and a bronze. 3 individual with them, 1 relay. She's solidified herself as the best women's Olympian of all time, in my opinion. And Torri Huske. Torri Huske was not meant to win any gold medals, and she was not meant to win any freestyle medals. And instead, outside of the relays where she got a world record in the 4x1 medley and stuff like that, she won the 100 fly, defeating the world record holder, and she got silver in the 100 freestyle, beating Siobhan, beating both the Australian girls, and only being beaten by the world record holder, Sarah. I think because of that, Torri's meet was just fantastic, and I think she raised her game when a lot of the American girls weren't. Just one ahead of her. And now, truthfully, if it was done like a medal table, where gold medals count more than anything, this swimmer would be below the 2 I previously mentioned. But I was going to put her even higher because she has walked away from this meet with more medals than anyone. 6 medals. Zhang Yufei won 6 medals at the Olympic Games, and none of them were gold. I get it. And only 3 of them were individual and 3 of them from relays. And whatever. 6 medals is still a ridiculous feat. That's a lot of racing. It's a lot of swimming. And her 3 individual medals come from the women's 50 free, where she got bronze, the women's 100 fly, where she got bronze, and the women's 200 fly, where she got bronze. 3 bronzes from a range of events from 50 free to 200 fly. Just clarify, that'd be like Florent Manadou, who got men's 50 free bronze, getting a medal in the 200 fly. Or to flip it around, it'd be like Ilya Kroon, who got the men's 200 fly bronze, getting the 50 free. And actually, Ilya Kroon got the bronzes in the 100 and 200 fly, the same as Zhang. He did definitely not even take part in the 50 free. And if he did, he would 100% not have even made the final. I think his PB was like 22.9 or 22.8. I mean, he's good. He's a great swimmer, but come on. That breadth, Zhang Yufei is 4th on my list. Ahead of her is Kaylee McKeown. And while on paper, Kaylee McKeown, again, didn't have the same medal table. If it was a medal table, like Ledecky would be ahead of her. If it was an individual medal table, Ledecky would be ahead of her. But the thing with Kaylee is she is back-to-backed the 100, 200 back at 2 Olympics in a row. And that, to me, made her just fantastic. And again, she beat the who she had to beat. She had to beat the world record holder in Regan Smith in the 100 backstroke. She done that. She dominated the 200 back. She didn't have a great 200 IM. Everyone sort of expected her to maybe win that. She got a bronze in that, so she went gold, gold, bronze. Again, it's pretty easy for me. And again, same thing. The next person I'm going to say, again, wouldn't have done it on a medal table. She got 2 golds. And so Katie got 2 individual golds, Kaylee got 2 individual golds, and Sarah Sjostrom got 2 individual golds. But Sarah, second on my list because it's just the whole thing. She dominated the 50, but then won the 100 in a race that she's never won at an international meet, even though she's the world record holder from leading off a relay like 5 years ago. And she wasn't even going to swim it. And she's like, I'll throw my hat in the mix. I'll win it. Sarah Sjostrom. Second swim of the meet, but you cannot give it to anyone else, the absolute number one, than Summer McIntosh. Summer McIntosh, 17 years old. 17 years old? 17 years old. It's a name that's like everyone knows it because she's dominated for so long. She's been setting world records now since she was like 15. She's still just 17. She's still just a kid, and she's a freaking good one at that. 3 individual gold medals, the 2 fly, the 2 IM, the 4 IM. And she done relays as well. She was all over the shop. Got a silver in the women's 400 freestyle, so 4 individual medals. Just a fantastic meet. Just a fantastic meet. And hopefully a swimmer that we see at the LA Olympics winning gold medals. And at the Melbourne Olympics winning gold medals. Because even then she'll only be 25. Like, yeah, she's great. Could have done the 800 free and probably got a medal. But that clashed with the 2 IM, which she won. At every Olympics ever, the 2 IM, 4 IM double has been completed. Or since 92, or something ridiculous like that. Like the winner of the 4 IM gets the 2 IM and vice versa. Mental, hey? Anyhow, let's get to performances of the meet. And look, there's going to be a lot of the similar swimmers we've just talked about getting performances of the meet. In fact, just 2 swimmers on my list of performances, 1 on my swimmers of the meet list. And that, you know, you could have argued that they should have been, to be completely honest with you. But I mean, Katie Ledecky's 800 free. Now, from a performance standpoint, the 1500 was better. It was an Olympic record. It was closer to the world record, etc., etc., etc. But the 800 free was the one because everyone had said, well, if Arnie is there, if Ariane Titmus is there, she will beat her at the back end. She can take her. She went out in 4:01 at trials. This is the, you know, she's going to be the one to stop the 4 pitch. She's going to be the one to stop Ledecky's dominance of this event for literally 12 years. And Arnie clung on about half a body back for like 550, 600, and then Ledecky swam away, and Paige Madden nearly overtook Arnie. It was dominance. It was a well swum swim. It was aggressive from the get-go. Under world record pace for 200. She set the tone. She broke Arnie early and then broke her again when she saw weakness, and it was a brilliant swim. Then in 4th place is Molly O'Callaghan's 200 freestyle. This was another swim of just guts and sheer willpower to get that done. She turned 3rd with 50 to go and somehow back-ended in 27.9 on a women's 2 free. That's like a split that, I mean, I told you, it was like, I think one of the guys in the men's 200 free was only 0.1 or 0.2 quicker on the last 50 than Molly. Obviously, it was slower, so I'm not comparing apples to pears here, but I am comparing apples to pears and not apples to apples. But regardless, 27.9 is crazy. Like, Siobhan, one of the best women's 200 freestylers of all time, a world champion in that event, a silver and a bronze medalist at the Olympics. She come back in 29.95 in this Olympics, and that's a great split. Like a lot of women in the world. In fact, everyone but 2 women in the world would love a 29.5 back end on a 200 free. And here we're talking about a 27.9. It was a brilliant underwater, brilliant legs, and it got the victory at the Olympic Games. In 3rd place, it has to be, I mean, look, Sarah's 100 freestyle was great, but the 50 freestyle was greater. It was dominance. She swam through the field after maybe 20 metres. She nearly broke the world record in both the semi and the final, 23.66 and 23.71. The world record was 23.61, her own world record. And Sarah is just, again, her and Katie Ledecky are some of the best swimmers in history. In my opinion, the 2 best women swimmers in history. Katie is the Olympic GOAT, and Sarah is just the women's GOAT, or the women's sprint GOAT. Definitely the sprint GOAT. I still think the woman's GOAT. And that 53 was her best performance for me. In 2nd, someone else who wasn't on the swimmers list, Regan Smith's lead-off of the women's medley relay. Now, the women's medley relay for America was a decisive world record. They had Regan on the backstroke, they had Lily King on the breaststroke, they had Gretchen on the fly. They had their first 3 legs were individual world record holders in the back breast fly. That's always going to be a good start. And then they threw Torri Huske, the Olympic silver medalist, on the freestyle. Surprise, surprise, they broke the women's medley world record by a country mile, and they won the race by like 3.8 seconds or something outrageous. But that first backstroke leg of Regan was the second fastest swim of all time. It broke Kaylee McKeown's Olympic record from the individual. It would have obviously won the individual, and it was only 0.1 off her own world record, 57.28. It's a shame that Regan didn't bring that to the individual race because, well, she would have won and at least taken it closer to Kaylee, who saw over the top of her in that. She took it out much quicker than the individual. She come back probably as quick or even quicker than the individual. It was a brilliant swim, an Olympic record, and one that maybe was overshadowed by how good the overall relay was. We didn't realise that, well, I did, maybe you did as well, that Regan did set the Olympic record. And the first performer, another one I think was overshadowed, maybe by Summer's own performances, the Summer's 200 butterfly. Now, I watched the Beijing Olympics, but my first meet of being obsessed with swimming was Rome 2009. And I think Schipper won that in like 2:03.2 or 2:03.4. And everyone was, oh my God, a woman just went 200 fly. And then Luzi broke that world record with a 2:01.8. And everyone was like, oh my God. And then we've seen 2:05s, 2:06s for the last 10 years win gold medals in the women's 200 fly. And slowly but surely, we've seen women get faster, you know, with Regan Smith going 2:03, Zhang Yufei at the last Olympics going 2:03. And here, we nearly saw the first 2:02. It was 2:03.0 by Summer. The second fastest performance of all time, second fastest performer of all time. Luzi only went quicker than that swim once, which was the 2:01.8. And we're starting to move into a territory where we can talk about Summer maybe breaking that 200 fly world record one day. She broke the Olympic record, and that's really exciting to me because that's one of them untouchable world records. That and Zhang Lin's 800 free world record, they're to me the 2 untouchables, and Aaron Pearsall's 2 back. They're I guess the 3 untouchables, and this is the first time I feel like one is touchable. The 800 free is still untouchable, the men's 200 back is still untouchable, but that woman's 2 fly is now touchable, and I think Summer done a brilliant job to get that done. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to make loads more swimming content. That's what I do. And go check out my website for the biggest sale I've ever done. www.theswimsuitguy.co.uk. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.